these files that have been released, the DOJ's website. I went the other day and I literally tried to click the files, and I wanted, I've seen YouTube videos and people dissecting the Epstein files and showing this picture of didactions, this, didactions, that. I went in and I wanted to take a look myself. That made it more real than I wanted to. I saw pictures on a government website. It wasn't just a YouTube video where, oh, this guy's reviewing this fucking files and it could be real, it couldn't. No, I literally went on the fucking website, and yeah, it's not like you see anything crazy, but you do see the evil, even if it's covered with redactions and black ink. The smile on someone's face, the evil smile, the smirk, you can feel what's going on in the pictures. You can get a sense of the horrific demonic rituals that was taking place. And I'm not a fucking mystical superpowers where I can look into a picture and feel what's going on. But there is some sense to it where you can look at an image and get the vibe of this person feels uncomfortable. You can watch a video and hear someone nervously laugh and be like, I believe something weird is going on here. Why is this grown man climbing on top of a kitchen island, it was a nice kitchen island, and a black redaction block is running around the size of a child, nervously laughing and panting, and you can see frustration in the eyeball. That's hard to hide. And if you're able to pick up small micro expressions, then I think if you want to check out certain videos, you will be able to realize that something evil, dark is going on. And I look, there's a lot of distractions going on where a lot of the stuff they say is true, but there is a lot of distraction. And the distraction is distracting from the destruction of the world that they want to happen. The by they is the Frankists, Zionists. They want the world to end for their Messiah to come. That's a whole other video. I can get into it in a separate topic, but in order for that to happen, look, there's a lot of people getting shipped to that ship. It's like a warship. I forget the name of it. A lot of American soldiers are being shipped off to this ship. That's a whole lot of ship in one sentence. But that means that there's something going on. They're getting ready for something. And if you pay attention to the news, the president of Israel, I love Jewish people, by the way. I love Muslim people. I love Christian people. I am not suicidal. But Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu is a different case. I believe he's a Zionist or Frankist. I might be getting the terminologies wrong, but I'm sure there's similar type of vibe. Why is Benjamin Netanyahu having sleepovers with President Trump? I don't know if the numbers are right, but 7 times it's been this year or the past, whatever, few months that he's came and discussed options for what to do next. And there's shit going on in Iran. And I'm not over here like a journalist. I don't have all my facts pulled up. And if you do, that's great for you. I just see and I feel, and then I will say the truth that I feel. And I do think what is going on with the files is all true. But some of the stuff is exaggerated. I do believe they did abuse kids. They did eat people. They drank their blood. But the amount of people maybe who were involved in that may be different. Not everyone maybe in the pictures were involved in that. A lot of stuff like, for example, Alex Jones has been posting Mindani, the New York guy. It looks like AI pictures. He's basically saying that Mindani is Jeffrey Epstein's long lost son. And these distractions will pull you in. The currency now is your attention. Do you know the amount of money people sell your data for online? The amount of money people pay just to get your eyeballs to be able to see their ad about a Yeti cup or a white label shampoo that some person created, and they paid $2,000 to get $200,000 eyeballs, 200,000 eyeballs of potential warm prospect, warm leads who are in the market of, they got dandruff, they've been itching, so they're looking up on their phone, how to get rid of dandruff, this and that, and then that information of your interest of your dandruff gets sent to these companies, and these people who's selling products can hyper optimize, which good, bad is subjective. Good for the businessman, bad for maybe who's someone who doesn't want to be bombarded with all these ads. And, for people who are not conscious enough to realize when they're getting brainwashed. I think that's where it starts with all of this. You need to realize when you're getting brainwashed. When the trigger happens, when do you pause and scroll? Like you're scrolling on Instagram and you pause on an ad. I encourage you, just scroll back up and see the last post before the ad. Was it something emotional? Was it something that created hatred, or maybe it made you tear up? Maybe something about love, any type of strong, pay attention. And then you scroll down and pay attention to what ad they show you. Is that something that you talked about? And you hear this all the time. I think my phone's listening to me. I think my phone knows what I'm thinking. A lot of the times I'll think about something, and I guess it's a prediction. The phone is a very smart predictive system. Predictions from our past behavior can predict. Studying our past behavior can help a human or a machine, better with a machine, predict future behavior. And it's not hard to understand that. You look at someone's past behaviors and you can kind of figure out what they're going to do next. You see someone is consistently, I don't know, gambling away their whole money and losing their house and this and that, and it's the fourth time this happened. And yes, there's a lot of instances where people change within an hour, where people change in a day. That's why I believe that I've died many times and I'm just born into a new dimension. So many accidents where it's like so many close calls with substances, with driving, with this and that, where I'm like, the next day, just the next moment, the way I think is different. Something just feels not off, but not the same. It kind of feels like, it's weird. It's like a familiarity, but it's forward moving. It's hard to explain in words. It's more so stuff like this is more explainable through metaphors. Through you hear a song and you hear lyrics and you're like, damn, this one sentence has 5 different meanings, can be interpreted in so many different ways, and create feelings inside of you from hearing that metaphor or that example that relates to whatever you are trying to understand. So I guess that's something I'll figure out slowly, how to metaphoricalize certain thoughts to better communicate that with you. And if this didn't make sense, or if it did make sense, let me know. It's a weird world that we're living in. It sort of just makes you, obviously, I do believe in the next maybe 200 to 300 years, there's going to be destruction. Hopefully there isn't. But most empires crumble. And looking at the historical shit, French Revolution, when that happened, you know how much hatred it takes for the community to get together and behead that one lady in the Napoleon movie? The, what do you call them? The high elites, the elites, the nobilists. I forget the terminology for the people who are in superpower. They're in positions of power, and they tax a lot to the point where the population just got fed up and they revolted. And it probably was more than just taxes. I'm sure they realized that these people in power eventually, with the greed, hubris, and when enough evil people get in power and you do one evil thing and the next evil thing, I'm sure people in the French Revolution who got overthrown were probably also involved in weird shit like how Jeffrey Epstein is doing. Blackmail, abuse, trafficking of everyone, especially minors. And that could cause any society to get into a revolt. And like, you got to think, if you know someone who does this type of activity, and you know, like, you see them, you're like, oh, if, for example, if you saw Jeffrey Epstein or someone similar to him who's done exactly what he's done, how hard would it be for you to, or for a human to be like, okay, if this cop shoots this person, I will not feel any remorse because of what they've done. Not to say that I have tendencies like this, or you should have to, just to be like, if this person, like, let's say he died in jail, right? I don't feel any remorse. I don't because of how much I know, how much evil that was brought into this world because of this one person. That obviously it's not just him, it's a group of people, a lot of people. And if you think Bill Clinton and goddamn who else got released in these files, these were just the first people. These, I think Sneeko or someone said this, these are the sacrificial lambs. If fucking Bill Clinton is the sacrificial lamb, who do you think is sacrificing him? And yeah, I know there's a lot of people who have a lot of money, more than Bill Gates too, that aren't documented, that we don't know about. And I don't know. The more I see things and learn, and I have held myself back from learning about what's actually going on in the world most of my life because I knew it wasn't something good. I knew there was corruption everywhere. I knew there was fake bureaucratic. Um, I'm at a loss of words, honestly. It makes you really be like, what is the point of, like, yes, like, but it makes you feel that, but then it makes you be like, damn, whatever time I have left on this earth, I just want to be happy with my family, with my wife. If you have children, obviously, I made a separate video. Don't have children until you can until you're mentally stable, financially stable, and stable in every way. Okay. Now I'm gonna get a call. I'm gonna start putting videos back up again. I'm joining a brokerage. I joined EXP brokerage, and beginning my real estate journey, and very excited about that. And I took a little bit of a break these past few weeks, and I am gonna start making videos again. If you guys are interested in real estate videos, sales topics, stuff like that, I am gonna start making that content too. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna start posting it on this channel. Everything. I don't like doing multiple channels. I maybe do multiple channels once it's big enough. Once the channel is big enough to grow into another channel that's maybe investing or this and that. I'm interested in a lot of things. So this channel will be a conglomeration. Will be in a mixture of all of my interest, and eventually I'll branch out. If you find any one of these topics interesting, and you like, damn, I want you to talk more about that topic, let me know in the comments below. If not, go fuck yourself. I love you.